A staple of Universal and other enterprising low-budget studios, these films were first called chapter plays, then serials. Many featured action-oriented female protagonists like Pearl White. She was faced at the end of each episode with, often literally, a cliffhanger, filmed at the edge of the New Jersey Palisades. Like serialized magazine stories and novels before them, cliffhangers encouraged moviegoers to come back for next week's new installment, a major goal of profit-minded picture makers. Movies, especially serials that featured female stars, had a major influence on a changing America.
In terms of changing women's lives, movies and automobiles, the advent of being able to control your locomotion, your movement, and the vote, they all happened together in about 10 years. The vote coming last in 1920. Those three events changed women's lives, revolutionized them forever.
During the period of 1910 to 1920, a majority of early movie audiences were women and children. And many of the early movie makers realized that women were often best at appealing to these audiences as writers and even directors.
Hollywood was built by women, immigrants, and Jews, people who never would have been accepted in any other profession.
Most people, when they think of powerful women in the silent movie days, think of actresses. But actually, the most powerful women in many silent movie years were producers, directors, writers.
Pioneers such as Alice Guy Blaché had been directing as early as 1896, and by 1913, behind-the-scenes power was still available to women, such as former concert pianist and actress Lois Weber.
I think Lois Weber is incredibly important in the history of the American silent screen. I think Carl Laemmle's attitude at Universal was that she was a woman he could trust as a director. She always came in on budget. She was never going to let him down, and her films actually sold. They made money for him. That was what was most important. I don't think Laemmle cared if you were a man or a woman. If you could make a film and make him some money, then he was happy. By the 1910s, she was the most prominent director at Universal, and the highest paid director on the lot.
Lois Weber was one hell of a storyteller. She could know what was going to work on the screen. She edited while she was filming. She appreciated the nuances before others did. She appreciated the importance of background, of the texture of the film.
She would make films dealing with anti-Semitism, with opposing the death penalty. She made films about the dangers of scandal and gossip, on hypocrisy in religion and business and politics. She made films advocating birth control, and she made films opposing abortion.
Another female movie pioneer was Frances Marion. She had been an artist and model before turning to the movies in 1914. For the next 25 years, Marion was one of Hollywood's most successful screenwriters.
Frances joined as a writer because Lois Weber, the director, realized that she was starting to get letters from people complaining that the actors had no script to follow. So they were just talking about last night's date, and people in the audiences could read lips. So Frances started writing words for the extras to say. One of the amazing things when you look at Frances Marion's filmography is you see she had over 250 produced films. When she met Mary Pickford in 1914, she originally went to see Mary to draw her portrait. The two of them very quickly found a close friendship, and the two of them really created a genre of films, Pickford as a little girl.
Frances Marion's greatest gift to Mary Pickford was probably adapting The Poor Little Rich Girl for her, because in that film, unlike any other Pickford film before that, the essence of Mary Pickford was distilled.
The partnership of Frances Marion and Mary Pickford, America's cute and spunky sweetheart, was powerful. Together, they were transforming an actress into a Hollywood star.